Yo guys, what's going on? Invin here. Today I wanted to bring you guys a video on some of the most important updates currently happening in New World. Now, as a lot of you who play on EU will probably know by now, we actually had a maintenance the other day which just went on a couple of days back here, and we actually had re-enablement of the trading post, which means we can finally trade, make money, buy things, all that good stuff. Again, now this maintenance was done and completed on that day, but I just wanted to start off this video by addressing that and letting everybody know that that is back up and running. So if you've been avoiding the game until you could trade again, now you are able to do so you can hop back on. The other thing that I wanted to have a look at and address here was second token transfers for servers or paid transfers. When question mark was the general discussion tab. This was actually responded to a week ago, but it's something that I've not seen many people pick up on, so I just wanted to kind of reiterate what the response was here, which was, at this time, we do not have any plans for paid server transfer tokens, but it may be a possibility in the future. We are addressing issues where players are unable to utilize their first server transfer token, but stay tuned to the official news section in case we have any announcements about server transfers. As far as I'm aware, all those problems have been cleared up now. Maybe in the future we'll get paid transfers, but I am wondering whether we'll see a second wave there, judging off that news. So again, I know a lot of you guys have been saying to me in the comments you want to get transferring across servers. There is potential for that in the works, so stay tuned to the official news, and of course I will bring you a video on that as soon as we hear anything. The next thing that I wanted to bring you guys here is actually a post from the Reddit, and this one is by Master Sosuk. And basically what he said here is, according to New World Database, AGS forgot to add Void Gauntlet perks to any crafted item perk table. Now, New World Database, a very good website, very reliable source. They know a lot of information. They look into everything that they do. So I would suggest that this is probably quite accurate, but I am going to go in-game and test this out for myself in just a moment. On top of this, I have clarified a few things, but I'm going to read through the post for you guys first here. So it says, if you want a perk related to any skill of the Void Gauntlet, you have to force it to using the modifier tied to it. You cannot randomly roll any Void Gauntlet perk on an item without forcing it, even on a crafted Void Gauntlet. You can see for yourself here, and there's a link to New World Database, which we'll check out in just a moment. So looking into this one here, you guys will be able to see this is what the Void Gauntlets look like. You can go through each tier of them and kind of click into it and see what it's like. If we click on the tier 5 one, for example, and we go down here, you can see the crafting recipes. It tells you the skill level it's needed, the trade skill it requires, and of course then we look at here the perk buckets. Now, if we look at these, it will tell you kind of, you know, the percentage chance you've got to get each of the following stats when you do craft an item. And then you look at perks. Well, you've got a 4% chance, you know, to get all of these individual ones, but you've got a 50% chance to roll one of the following perks. And this lists hated, kind, vicious, enchanted, etc, etc, etc. All of the kind of generic stuff that can be on any weapon, including the Banes. And that's where it ends. We then go down to an ad. So you can see that's the end of it there, which means that basically we haven't got any of the skill perks related to the Void Gauntlet. Now, this to me suggests that it isn't in the game because it would be on this list. It's not even on the second perk tab here, just to reiterate, that's exactly the same stuff that was on before. And the third perk there is exactly the same as well. So there's no chance that it's on this list, which to me it means that it isn't yet a chance to roll it. Now, whether this is intentional because of the glitches that are currently occurring with the Void Gauntlet where it removes food buffs and stuff as well, so they're trying to make it less frequent until they fix that, or it's a bug, it's a mistake, who knows. But I'm going to go into game and test this out for myself as well. But just to finally reiterate this, I have checked with all of my top endgame crafters in my company. None of them have been managed to roll a skill perk on their item yet, on their Void Gauntlets. By default, they can only do it when they force it by putting the item perk in with the crafting mod, and then it rolls it, obviously. Of course it does, but not randomly. So we will be seeing if we can get this to roll in game, but this is a very interesting thing indeed. Alright, so I am in New World right now, and as you guys can see here, there is a section where you can pick determined perks, and obviously on here, this is where you'll be able to pick up your specific ability perks. So, Voracious Blade, Nullifying Oblivion, Petrifying Scream, which is spelt wrong there, but is meant to be petrifying when you open it there. Diminishing Orb, Slowing Tether, and Empowering Rupture. Now, what we're going to try and do is craft a few of these gauntlets. I'm probably just going to make these iron ones here. See how many we can make, maybe 50 or so here by the looks of it. And then what we'll try and do is see if we do get any rolls on that with Azoth in. So we'll try and do 20 rolls with Azoth in, maybe another 20 without, and see if we do get any random rolls on the perk there to get, obviously, you know, that cheeky little skill perk, which we're hoping to find. So I'll be right back with you guys once once I've crafted those ones. So as you guys can see here, what we're going to do is actually add 30 Azoth to each craft here, and we're going to craft 20 of the Steel Void Gauntlet, so it's got a very high chance to get an attribute and a perk, and then we're going to just craft 20 random ones because I don't have the Azoth to do any more than that. So I'll be back with you guys once all of these have crafted, so we can go through and see what exactly we're actually going to get from these. So 30 with added Azoth and 30 without. Of course, if you maybe had the max level so you could craft Orichalcum ones, you could probably test this a little bit better, but we're just going to hypothesize the theory for now. So all of those have just crafted here, so what I'm going to do is quickly go through starting from the bottom here, and we'll see what we've got. So first one is Mortal Power. The second one here is Chain Void, Refreshing Move, Keen Speed, Hated, Kind, Vicious, Mortal Power again, Mortal Power again. Then we've got Refreshing Move, we've got Keenly Jagged, we've got Keen Speed, we've got Angry Earth Bane, we have Angry Earth Bane again, Siphoning Blow again, Refreshing Move, Mortal Lifesteal, Mortal Siphoning, and Ancient Bane. So that is 20 gauntlets, not a single one with a weapon perk on. So of course, you know, there's a chance we didn't get one anyway, but we're going to do another 20, and that's with 30 Azothin, which is the maximum for steel. We're going to do another 20 without Azothin and see if that makes a difference, see if we can get any rolls there, and then we're going to do a 20 of another weapon to compare this to it. So we've just crafted another 20, this time without Azoth, and again we're going to go through. We've got Hated, we've got Refreshing Move, no perk there, Kind on that one, no perk, no perk. A lot of these will be without perks because I haven't added the Azoth to make sure we get some, but just the ones that have are just, again, a general roll to see if we get any at all from this craft, which it's not looking like we are going to get any perks generally, but the ones we did get, again, were not that. So now what we're going to do, just to compare this to it, is actually craft ourselves some steel fire staff. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get the materials for this, and I'm going to go ahead and craft 20 of these with the Azothin just to see how many perks we actually get in terms of weapon skills for this item. So with steel fire staffs on, we can throw Fair Iron into there, and what we're going to do is we're going to again put in 30 here, and I do luckily just have enough Azoth to create the amount that we do need here. So we're going to go ahead and roll 20 of these fire staffs to see what we actually get as an outcome in terms of a weapon skill perks on these ones as a comparison to the 40 that we crafted before of the Void Gauntlets. So out of 20 crafts as a direct comparison here, you guys will be able to see these are going to go over the perks here. We did 20 with 30 Azothin like we did with the Void Gauntlets. So you guys will be able to see here we got Mortal Power, Corrupted Bane, Life Stealing, Empowering Meteor Shower. So first of all, there's one that's an ability perk, then Lost Bane, Refreshing Move, Life Stealing, Siphoning Blow, Keenly Fortified, Lost Bane, Keenly Empowered, Lost Bane again. Chain Fire here is kind of an ability perk, but also isn't, so I'm not going to count that, but we're still going to say we've got the one from before. Mortal Power, Keen, Kind, Ancient Bane, and Mortal Refreshment. So one, maybe two item skill perks there, certainly 1 out of 20, which is kind of what you'd expect, particularly on the lower end side of stuff where you're only getting one perk. Of course, if you crafted 100, you'd have a much better sample size, but this does seem like it's near on no chance. We did 40 of those, albeit some were without Azoth, and going off what all my crafters have said, they haven't seen it either. All these people in the post on Reddit, which I will leave linked in the description for you guys if you do want to check it out, haven't seen it either. So if you do want to get some of these Void Gauntlet perks, which I'm sure a lot of you guys will be wanting to do, some of these better ones specifically, kind of like Petrifying Scream, if we have a look at that, which is actually the Orichalcum Void Gauntlet Charm, let's check the price of that on my server. I would imagine these are going to be pretty high up in terms of how much they actually do cost. And so this Orichalcum Void Gauntlet Charm right now is selling for 5,000 gold coins as the cheapest price, which is of course there for that Petrifying Scream, which is where it reduces the target's healing by 25% for 10 seconds. Now, whether this is intentional or not, this is as it is right now, meaning that if you do want to get your hands on these, you're going to have to buy these expensive crafting mods, or indeed go and find the crafting mods for yourself, which if you do find, you're going to make yourself a pretty penny right now. But bear in mind, whether it's intentional or not intentional, I do not know. But currently, you can't seem to roll these, or it's extremely, extremely rare if you can. I do not know anybody that has. There's no one on that Reddit post that has, no one in my company that has. So It's an extremely rare chance to do it if it is, but I personally do not think it's in the game right now, so you are going to need these crafting mods in order to get those special perks on the item. So hopefully you guys have found this video useful and informative. If you have, be sure to leave a like on today's videos. It really does help support my content here on the channel. If you are new here, you want to see more New World content, make sure you drop in a subscribe down below, as I do upload every single day, and I would love to have you here as part of my channel community. Other than that, guys, as always, thank you for your time, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.